Hey there lovely people, and welcome to Messages from the Heart, where we can take some time out from the constant external noise and just take a moment to focus inward and listen to the quiet and ever-present voice of our heart. So once again at my beautiful, wonderful favourite spot, just turning the phone a little bit to show you the wonderful ocean. And hoping that wherever you are doing okay, and that this peaceful scene can bring you some peace and tranquility. So the message for today is neutrality. What that means for me and how I see that as being one of our biggest strengths. So when we hear the word neutrality, often it can conjure up ideas of weakness, of not picking a side, of sitting on the fence. And to a lot of us, this is not okay. Like, we have to pick a side, we have to not sit on the fence. But what if neutrality was one of our biggest strengths? So how I see neutrality is whatever is happening externally on the outside of us, that internally our peace is not disturbed. At the same time, we are standing in our power. It doesn't mean that we are a pushover. We allow ourselves to be a doormat in any way. It doesn't mean that we are indecisive. On the contrary, being neutral can make us very decisive when the need arises, when we need to be. So I invite you to think about neutrality in terms of being one of our biggest strengths, of standing in our power, because when we are disturbed by outside influences, whether they are good or bad, our thoughts fluctuate, our feelings fluctuate, and we can most often become out of balance. And so when we're out of balance, we're not in our place of best strength, in our place of power. Because our power gets dissipated with the emotion of whatever is going on. So if something that's not okay with us is going on outside of us, then our emotions will fluctuate. We will become either resentful or angry or sad. And likewise, if something really fabulous is happening, we'll become really excited and really happy and over the moon. Nothing wrong with any of these things. These are all very human things, and we are human after all, and nothing wrong at all. We experience these things, but we understand that at our core we remain neutral. So our core does not become disturbed. Our heart, our place of peace and truth, remains in alignment with the truth and divinity of our soul, with the love and wisdom of our higher self, with our inner wisdom. So I invite you to think about neutrality in perhaps a different way than you may have in the past, and think of it as being one of our most important strengths, where we remain in our place of power, at the same time understanding what's happening outside of us, acknowledging what's happening outside of us, understanding our humanity, but coming back to our neutrality, our place of peace, our place of love. Because love, when we think about it, or how I see love, love is very neutral. Love is love. There is no good or bad about that. So no duality. So love is love. Love is neutral. And if we think about that in terms of those of us that have children, that we know at our deepest core that no matter what our children do, it will never change our love for them. It may change the way we interact with them, but our love for them never changes. It is always constant, because love is neutral regardless. Okay, so I hope that this has been meaningful for you, and that has sparked some food for thought, and perhaps we can look at ways where we are neutral in our life, or ways where we can bring some neutrality into our life. And as always, let's love ourselves enough to do this. I'll just turn the phone a little bit so you can see the ocean a bit more. Okay, ciao for now, and much love.